Hey guys, today we're going to discuss some pretty important formulas in algebra. So before we continue, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. The first formula is a plus b whole square equals a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. So in this video, we're going to see how the left hand side is going to equal the right hand side. So this is the left hand side, and this is the right hand side. And they need to be equal. So we're going to figure out what to do to the left hand side to make it equal to the right hand side. So let's get started. So for this first formula, a plus b whole square would also equal a plus b, right, times itself, so a plus b. So to get the right hand side, we just gotta multiply. So a plus b times a plus b. B times b is gonna be b squared. B times a is gonna be ab. A times b is gonna be, well, ab again. Then a times a is gonna be a squared. Now I just got to add. So a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Great. So now, just gonna shrink this and put it over here. Okay. So right now, the left hand side is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So this is the left hand side. Now here is the right hand side. A squared plus b squared plus 2ab. So this is the right hand side. Okay, now you have to make it equal, like exactly equal. So, like, the terms are exactly equal. So, to make it exactly equal, basically, this 2ab has to be at the end to match. So we're gonna just push the 2ab to the end. So a squared plus b squared plus 2ab equals a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. Okay, so now it's exactly equal. So this proves that the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side and that this formula is totally correct. Now let's move on to the second formula. The second formula is a bit different. So here it's going to be a minus b whole squared equal a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. So in formula number 1, these minuses or subtract signs are actually plus signs in the first formula. So that's like the only difference. So here again, we want the left hand side to equal the right hand side. So we are going to do a minus b times a minus b. So again, just like I said in the first formula, a minus b can be written as a minus b times a minus b. So we're just going to do that multiplication question and to get the right hand side. So now let's get this question in the middle. Okay, now we just gotta multiply. So negative b times negative b is going to be positive b squared. Negative b times a is going to be negative ab. Then a times negative b is going to be negative ab again. So under the same thing. Then a times a is going to be a squared. Now I just gotta add. So a squared minus. So if it's minus plus minus, so if it's minus plus minus, that's gonna equal minus. But because the two minuses, like the two subtraction signs, are there, we are going to have to add. So here, it's going to be 2ab plus b squared. There. So that's what we got after multiplying. So now, the left-hand side is going to be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared equal a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. Okay, so here is the left-hand side, and here is the right-hand side. And they gotta be equal, and right now they are equal. But again, we want to make it exactly equal. So the numbers are exactly where the numbers are. The terms are exactly where the terms are. So here, to make the left-hand side exactly equal to the right-hand side, this negative 2ab gotta go to the end. So now, if you push the minus 2ab to the end, we're gonna get a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. And that's the left-hand side. So now the right-hand side is going to be a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. And now, the left-hand side is very much equal to the right-hand side. So here it is proven that this formula is correct and that the left-hand side does equal the right-hand side. Now let's move on to formula number 3. Formula number 3 is a plus b times a minus b equals a squared minus b squared. So again, here, we want to make the left-hand side equal to the right-hand side. So what can we do with the left-hand side, which is this side? So what can we do with the left-hand side to make it equal to the right-hand side? And the right-hand side is going to be this. So right-hand side, left-hand side. And we want to make those two equal. So what can we do with the left-hand side to make it equal to the right-hand side? Here, there would be a multiplication symbol in between these. So there would be a multiplication symbol. So basically what to do is, well, multiply. So now let's just multiply to get the right-hand side. A plus b times a minus b. So negative b times positive b is going to be negative b squared. Negative b times positive a is going to be negative ab. A times positive b is going to be positive ab. A times a is just going to be a squared. So we add, right? So we add a squared. Now here, it says negative 3ab, and then positive ab, right? So normally, if we get a question as 3 minus 3, we would say 0. So this is kind of the same thing, okay? So, but here, it's just going to be positive ab and negative ab. And well, that's just going to equal 0 as well. So we're going to just erase all of that. So here, since it's going to be 0 anyway, we're just going to cross it out. So we're going to cross it out and don't mind it at all. So minus, and then it's b squared, so we're just going to drop the b squared. And this is what we get as the left-hand side. So the left-hand side that we got is a squared minus b squared. So that's the left-hand side. The right-hand side is going to be a squared minus b squared. So here we don't need to change anything at all because it came out perfectly. So here, left-hand side, right-hand side. And they are perfectly equal. Now let's move on to the fourth formula. The fourth formula is a plus b whole cube equal to a cube plus b cube plus 3ab times a plus b. Okay, so this question may seem a bit intimidating because of how long it is. And if you look at all the other questions or formulas, they aren't really that long. But now here, this seems a bit more complicated, but trust me, it's kind of the same thing. So first here, for left hand side, it says a plus b whole cube. So we can also write a plus b whole cube as a plus b whole square times a plus b whole 1, but we don't really need to include the 1, so just going to erase that. So this is what we can make equal to a plus b whole cube. So now, we know that a plus b whole squared, so the first formula is a plus b whole squared, and that is equal to a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. So now let's substitute, right? So a plus b whole squared is equal to a squared plus, let me make that better. So a squared plus b squared plus 2ab times a plus b. There. So I'm going to erase all of this. And now we're going to solve it. So a squared plus b squared plus 2ab times a plus b. b times 2ab is going to be 2ab squared plus. Now b times b squared is going to be b cubed, so b cubed. B times a squared is going to be a squared b, so a squared b. Then we're going to move on to the a over here. So a times 2a squared, 2ab, okay, kind of gave the answer away. Well, it's 2a squared b. So we're going to write it down over here, square b. So here the coefficient for a squared b is going to be 1. So we're just going to write 1 in front of it. Now, a times b squared is just going to be a b squared. So here it's going to be added. So again, in front of this term, it's going to be 1. The coefficient is going to be 1. Now a times a squared is going to be a cube. So we're just going to write a cube. Now we just got to add. So a cube plus, okay, now you first got to add the coefficients. So 1 plus 2 is going to be 3, and then just a square b. Leave the variables as it is. Then drop the b cube plus, again, 2 plus 1 is going to be 3, so 3ab squared. And that is what we get after multiplying. I'm just going to shrink it for some space. So the left-hand side now is going to be a cube plus 3a squared b plus b cube plus 3ab squared. Okay. Now this is the left-hand side. We want to make it equal to the right-hand side. So the right-hand side is over here, right? So right-hand side. We want to make it equal. So first here is a cube. So a cube plus. Then is b cube. So b cube over here. So plus b cube. Then it's 3ab times a plus b. So we get, like, that term is not in this expression. So we're just going to write what we have remaining. So 3a squared b plus 3ab squared. So we want to make these two terms into 3ab times a plus b. So now, to get 3ab times a plus b, we just got to find the commons out of the two terms. So let's do the commons, okay? So here's going to be 3ab as what's common in these two terms. Now what's not common will go in the parentheses. So here, 3 was common. So we're just going to cut it to 3, right? So we're going to cut off that, then 3 cut off. Now it's going to be a. That was common. So let's cut off a. So in this term, a can get cut off easily. But then in this term, it's a squared. So a squared equals a times a. So now that we took 1a, because it's common, so we took 1a out, we're going to be left with 1a. So we have 1a left. Okay, so now that's out. Okay, now another common was b. So in this term, easily out. Then in this term, it's b squared. So b squared is going to be b times b. And so since b is common, you take 1b out. So we're going to be left remaining with 1b. So that's out too. Plus b. Okay. So now that we got the rest of the right hand side, we're just going to substitute. So this whole two terms is going to be out. Then we're going to substitute it with 3ab times a plus b. There. So now the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So again, this proves that this formula is totally correct. So now we're going to move on to formula number 5. A minus b whole cube equals aq minus bq minus 3ab times a minus b. So here, a good way to remember this is that it's equal at the terms and the numbers or variables are basically equal to formula number 4. But the only difference is that every plus sign in the first formula is going to be turned into a minus. So now here we're just going to do the same thing we did on formula number 4. But instead, here we're going to multiply with different signs. Okay, so we're just going to get different signs. Okay, so it's going to be, so another way to write a minus b whole cube is going to be a minus b whole square times a minus b. So now let's actually multiply. So first to multiply. So technically first to multiply. So we know that formula number 2 is basically a minus b whole square, which is over here. So a minus b whole square is going to be a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. So now let's substitute. A minus b, sorry about that, guys. I meant to say a square plus b square minus 2ab. Okay, now times a minus b. So now let's actually multiply. So raise all of this. So it's going to be a squared plus b squared minus 2ab times a minus b. Okay. Negative b times negative 2ab is going to be positive 2ab squared. Now negative b times positive b squared is going to be negative b cubed. b times positive a squared is going to be negative a squared. Okay, now let's move on to multiplying with this a. A times negative a b is going to be negative 2a squared b. So negative 2, okay, wait, that is not matching. So let me just, negative 2a squared b. Okay, so now a times b squared is going to be ab squared. So we're going to write that over here, ab squared. Now a times a squared is going to be a cube. So I'm just going to add that like all the way over here. Now we're just going to add a cube minus. Okay, so again, since it is two minuses or two negative signs, we're going to have to add the coefficients here. So 2 plus 1 is going to be 3. So 3a squared b minus b cubed plus. Okay, so again here it's plus, so we're just going to add. So 2 plus 1 is going to be 3ab squared. There. Now the left hand side is going to be a squared minus 3a squared b minus b cubed plus 3ab squared. So this is the left hand side, not the right hand side. Now we want to make it into the right hand side. Oh, and it is a cube, not a square. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, we want to make it exactly equal to the right hand side. So, first, a square. A cube. So, a cube. Then it's going to be negative b cubed. So, negative b cubed. Next, it's going to be negative 3ab times a minus b. So, we don't have that here. So, we're just going to write it what we have right now. So, we're going to write okay, minus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared. Okay, so now we want to make these two terms into this. So negative 3b times a minus b. So now, to get negative 3ab times a minus b, we just gotta get the commons. So here, in these two terms, the commons are going to be 3a and b. Now, in these parentheses, we want to write what's not common. So, to find out what's not common, so here 3 is common, so we're going to cut that off. Here a is common, so cut a off. So in this term, so the third term, sorry, it's a squared. A squared is equal to a times a. So when we get 1a, as a common, we're going to cancel 1a. So we're going to be left with the a. So we're going to write a. And then cross. And then we said b, so b is out. Then in the last term, it says b squared, and that means b times b. So now that we got a b as a common, we're going to take one b out. So we're going to be left with a b. So a plus b. Now we got the right hand side. Okay, but here notice that it is not totally correct. The right hand side over up here, it's a minus b, but down here we got a plus b, and so that is wrong. So now what to do is, so first, just gonna cancel all of this and then substitute with this. There. So now, since this is wrong, so here, technically, so here, this minus is gonna be multiplied with this plus. So so negative times positive is gonna be negative, so we're gonna make that into a negative and not positive. And so now, doing that, we got the left-hand side to equal the right-hand side. So again, this proves that this formula is correct. And here the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side. Now let's move on to the last formula of the day. Formula number 6. So here, this formula is pretty long. So this can scare most people and they wouldn't really get it because they're scared. But let me tell you guys that this formula isn't that intimidating. It's pretty easy. I'll tell you guys that. So here the formula is a plus b plus c whole squared equals a squared plus b squared plus c squared plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca. Okay. So now, all we gotta do is multiply. So here it says a plus b plus c whole squared. So that must mean that we can do a plus b plus c times itself, right? So it says square, so we can just do it by itself. So now we're just going to get the parentheses out of the way. And I'm just going to grow this a bit. Too much. Okay, so now let's multiply. C times C is going to be C squared. C times B is going to be BC. C times A is going to be CA. And then now we're going to move on to this B over here. So B times C is going to be BC, so we're going to write it below. B times B is going to be B squared, so we're going to write that all the way over here. And then B times A is going to be AB. So we're going to write AB over here. So now we're going to move on to this A over here. Okay, so A times C is going to be AC or CA. So we are going to write plus CA over here. And then A times B is going to be AB. So we're going to write A times A is going to be A square. So we're going to write A square over here. And then, so I'm just going to make the line a bit neater. Add. Okay, I'm just going to make this shrink so that we got more space. So now if we add, we're going to get A square plus B square plus 2CA plus 2BC plus C square plus 2AB. Okay, so now we're going to do the left-hand side over here. Now the left-hand side is A squared plus B squared plus 2CA plus 2, okay, wait. So 2BA, 2BA, I meant BC, sorry. Plus C squared plus 2AB. Okay. Seems a bit squished. So now 2a. Okay, so we want to make it exactly equal to the right hand side. So this is the right hand side. We will make it exactly equal. So first is a squared. So we're going to write a squared plus. Next is b squared. So we're going to write b squared. Next is c squared. So we're going to bring c squared from here all the way here. Next is going to be plus 2ab. So plus 2ab is all the way to the end. So we're going to bring it all the way next to c squared. So it's going to be 2ab plus. Then it's going to be 2bc. So 2bc is here. So we're going to write 2bc plus. Next is going to be 2ca. And 2ca is the third term. So we're going to bring it to the last term. Okay, now we're just going to bring this a bit down. And now this is going to be the left hand side. Right, so this whole thing is going to be the left hand side. And now this whole thing is going to be the right hand side. So now here the left hand side and the right hand side are equal. So again, this proves that this formula is pretty correct. And so before we all go off, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.